Here in Surrey, BC, and across the whole country, the real estate market seems to be taking a break. Or the way I like to now think about it, something that was explained to me earlier this week, as it's kind of taken a breath. And now I start to think of the real estate market being a little bit like me working out.
You mean smelly and bloated?
Are you really, man? Like, no, what I mean is after every substantial run up in the market does what I do after a long run, and that is it takes a breath.
Well, that could be even after a short run.
Are you serious today, man? And in this case, that means prices will adjust, correct, crash, or whatever else you want to call it.
Did you know you're wearing glasses?
I'm going to try and stay on topic here if you don't mind. Yes, those price adjustments shouldn't scare you too much because they did happen in 1982, 1990, 2008, 2016, 2017, and now, yes, again in 2022. Anything you want to... Did I miss any? Now, I know what you're thinking.
But Steve, this time is different. House prices will finally come back to reality and in line with the average Canadian household income.
Well, no, I don't see that happening, but there are a few things that I expect to have happen over the summer, and you should expect them too. And first off, that is, you should expect that the market will continue to slow as interest rates increase to try and battle what is now out of control inflation. And two, you should expect that I'm going to ask you to click the like button to battle not enough Canadians seeing this video. Oh, you didn't think I was going to beg for likes in this video too? Yes, the market is going to continue to slow from record high prices and sales volume that were both results from insanely low interest rates and extremely short supply. And that is being reflected in the number of year-over-year sales reported by real estate boards, as well as month-over-month price declines that seem to be affecting the suburbs a lot more than the metro areas. But there are also some things that you shouldn't expect in this market moving forward, and to be honest, some things you shouldn't expect from me. First, you should not expect to sell for as much as your neighbor did just a few months ago. And as price declines continue, you're probably not going to sell for as much as you could if you sold today. So if you are holding on to the dreams of those previous prices, well, you're just not going to be that happy. You see, in a seller's market, you can expect to sell for more than your neighbor did either last week or maybe last month, because in a seller's market, prices are rising. And over time, that just means prices are rising even more. And you, the seller, are in control at that time. And in a buyer's market, which we're not in yet, but we're getting very, very close to, the buyer is in control, meaning that they have lots of properties to pick from. So they can take their time to pick, choose, and negotiate as they please. And they can even make offers on your property that will feel like a swift kick in the assets. Okay, that one was bad. I'm going to keep going. And you should not expect that these decreases will stop or for prices to come back until the Bank of Canada stops increasing interest rates. Personally, I think it's going to take at least one, if not two, rate announcements with no rate announcement to stop the bleeding from previously high records set just earlier this year. But there is also one more thing you should expect this summer, and that's actually why I wanted to make this video. For more than a year and a half now, I've been putting out 3 videos every single week discussing my market here in Surrey, BC, but also provincial and Canadian matters in the world of real estate, to try to keep you not only up to date on the market, but also to teach you a little bit about contracts, rules, and even new legislation being brought in by different levels of government, most of which with the intent to try and cool down the market, which really could have just been done by increasing interest rates, as we've now proven. But of course, all good things, much like the market, every once in a while have to take a breath. You want to chime in here? No? And that's why I'm going to be reducing the amount of videos this summer on this channel from 3 a week down to 1. Well, maybe 2. We'll see. First off, the amount of new clients that I've met from this platform has been absolutely amazing and truly inspiring. Actually, it's been so inspiring and so good for my business that I've recently had to hire a new agent to join the team to help me maintain the clientele. And for that, I am truly grateful. But let's face it, 3 videos a week is a really hard pace to keep up while actively selling real estate. And that I'm not just pumping out videos for the sake of pumping out videos, rather than doing what this channel is meant to do, which is provide you with value and educate you about what's going on in the market. Although the last time I did just put out a video for the sake of putting out a video, it did get 200,000 views. But let's face it, this summer is going to be slower than it has been since at least about 2019. So I'm assuming that it should hopefully be slow enough that I can take a little bit of time off and enjoy some of the fruits of my labor with my family. Oh, and I guess there is kind of one more thing. Dropping a video or two from my schedule each week will allow me to work a little bit harder on my new venture with my friend Tom Story called The Tom Story Show. It's a podcast that we've been working on for a while now, discussing all things about the Canadian real estate market. And well, it's doing way better than we had ever imagined. So much so, in fact, that we are actually planning some in-person tapings both here in BC and in Ontario. And well, not only does that allow me to explore more about the Canadian real estate market and the topics discussed here on this channel, but also it allows me to learn from other professionals in the industry and expose that content to you. And to be honest, that podcast is actually quicker to record and edit than these videos are. And at the same time, it allows me to get even more content out to you, the Canadian real estate enthusiast, both here on YouTube and podcast apps everywhere. So I'm hoping that if you're still watching this video, that you can check out the link for the Tom Story Show in the description below and subscribe. And finally, let me conclude with this. Don't let me stepping back from 3 YouTube videos every single week get in the way of your real estate journey. Because this summer, no matter how much the market cools off, I'm still going to be selling real estate. And if needed, you can book a call with me right now down below in the description with just a few simple clicks at a time that works best for you. So thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Please remember to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in a couple of days or maybe next week.